Hey, it's Aaron, and today I have a question from Bill. This is a really common question. I've been asked this a couple of times before, and I've seen it in forums and other places because it is a common used car dealership tactic. So, what happened here is Bill's son bought a new car. The contract was signed, he drove the car home, and now the dealership has called and said that the loan was not approved and he needs to bring the car back. So what do you do in this situation? Well, the first thing is double check that paperwork. When you're signing paperwork for the car, you should be looking for something called like a rental or temporary use agreement. Basically, it means that you do not own the car that they are selling you until the loan actually goes through. So this paperwork will include verbiage that says things like until financing is approved or something like that. And if you see this in your paperwork when you're signing to buy a new or used car, that's a good sign to say, nope, let's wait for that loan to go through first, or just walk away. Because what it means is the dealership thinks that you're going to get the loan. They're pretty sure you're going to get the loan, but they don't know that. They're going with a best guess and hoping for the best. It means the financing is not settled. Most of the time, especially at the more questionable used car dealerships, what they'll do is they'll come back with a loan that has much higher interest and will cost you a whole lot more. And they'll say, look, this is all we can get you approved for, with the hope that you are now kind of enamored with this new car or have no other options because maybe you sold them your old car as a trade-in and it's magically not there anymore. Oh, we sold that or whatever. So here's what you should be doing. If you didn't look for that in the beginning, if you already bought the car and you brought it home and now the dealer is telling you this, then one, look through all that paperwork. See if you do have that rental or temporary use agreement. If not, call the dealership back and tell them, you sold me the car. The financing not going through is your problem, not mine. And there you go. Now, there will be repercussions to that down the road. Dealerships are not shy about doing repos anyway and all of that. So you will probably get to look forward to some court or something. But if you didn't sign an agreement that says you temporarily own the car, if there is a contract for the sale of the car with the dealership and that contract was signed on both sides, the power should be in your court. But like I said, dealerships that do this sort of thing, they are not terribly scrupulous. So you can expect that you are going to have issues anyway. If you do have that paperwork, you're going to have to take the car back and you're going to have to eat it because you did sign, and that's just what it is. Now, you can badmouth them on social media and everywhere else. You could do all of that, but that's really all you've got. There isn't a whole lot you can do otherwise. So, yeah, really comes down to what paperwork did you sign and what are you obligated to do. So at this point, if you did not sign a temporary or loan agreement or whatever on the new car, and all you have is a contract of sale, then you should be able to keep that car, and you can tell the dealership, financing is your problem, not mine. We have an agreement. This is what I was paying every month. You said the loan was done. It's all on the paperwork. So figure it out. All you have to do on your end is keep paying those payments to whoever you have to pay them to. And if the dealership is honest, they'll just take on the loan, or they'll find somebody else who will take it for basically the same numbers. But yeah, this is a pretty common tactic. It's a way for a dealership to get somebody with not as good a credit or who is not in a great financial situation to get them to buy a vehicle and then hit them later to come back and say, look, we had the financing, everything looked good, all was well, and you went home thinking everything was good, and then you find out a couple 3 weeks later the loan fell through, they're going to have to refinance it, blah blah blah, here's the new rate, suddenly it's $200 more a month and the interest rate is 3% higher or 10% higher, whatever, you know, they're going to finagle. This is how some of these more questionable dealerships, it's a big way that they make money. They get you in the car for what seems like cheap, and then they screw you over later. So yeah, it's a common tactic. But like I said, check that paperwork. All right, if you have a question and if you want me to try to answer it, then hit me up. You can find me down in the comments underneath this. You can go find me on various websites like Car News Cafe and stuff. Hit me up there. Whatever question you've got, if it's automotive related, I will do my best to answer it. All right, this has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.